Hello there, beautiful people. Hello. I hope you're doing wonderful on this day. I have a story I would like to share with you. Short story. And it's about two boys playing on an ice lake. Now imagine two boys playing on the ice. They're skating on this ice lake that's been frozen over, skating with their shoes, and they're just laughing joyously, just having a grand time. But then all of a sudden, one of the boys slips and falls so suddenly that the ice actually starts to shatter and break and crack. And it starts to pull this boy underneath as the ice breaks through into the icy water below. The other boy panics, and he suddenly tries to struggle to get this boy out of the water. And his friend, trying to grip onto his friend, unable to, starts to slip and fall deeper and deeper into the ice lake. Looking for a solution, the boy looks around and finds a tree nearby. Sees a giant tree and runs up to the tree without delay, not thinking a minute more, and takes one of the branches that was on the tree and rips off this huge branch. Now this boy is about yay high. Not really big, but he shouldn't have been able to rip off this huge chunk of tree, right? But he does, and brings it back to the puddle in the ice lake. Well, the boy is able to grab onto the branch. He rescues him, pulls him out to safety. Later on, the paramedics came by, and upon questioning, were wondering, how did this happen? What happened here? We don't understand. Well, an old man nearby had seen the whole thing from the forest, and he stepped beyond the trees. And when the paramedics asked him, how was this boy able to rip this huge branch off of this tree? How was he able to save his friend? That shouldn't have been possible. The old man smiled and said, there was no one around to tell him he couldn't. I love that story. You see, there's a lot of times where we get a lot of ideas in our head from outside sources. A lot of people tell us things that we start to believe are true, and we start to replay in our mind over and over. Especially when we tell ourselves that we can't do something. This can be so detrimental to our psyche, to our minds, and to who we become as people, to our destinies. So detrimental when we tell ourselves and inhibit ourselves, and when we tell ourselves we can't do anything. But when the outside world comes in and people tell us we can't do anything. Think of when you were a child. Were you one of those children that believed that anything was possible? Before people told you, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. No, that's not allowed. No, you can't do it. No. Before you heard all of those no's, you had no reason to believe that things were impossible, right? So just think about that. We have the power within us. We have the abilities to do extraordinary things. Extraordinary. But we must believe that we can. That is always the precursor to be able to do it. A good man said, we must be able to see the invisible to achieve the impossible. Thank you for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw. And if you would like more inspiring messages like this, if you got value out of this video, feel free to visit the podcast at The Open Palm. That's The Open Palm Podcast. And the open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. May you have a blessed day or night wherever you are. Take care. We'll catch you again.